Lorcana Lovelies, talking about ink and talking about Sapphire today and everything that it does and everything that it feels and what it is as a color. So what is Sapphire as a color? Sapphire as a color is supposed to be that planning ahead, getting ahead, thinking type of color. The color that gets you further and pushes you and does a lot of things like in combination with each other. It is the color of ramping. It is the color of items. So let's take a look at Sapphire and what it does. It also does a lot of inking and a lot of stuff with the inkwell. So let's get into it. Let's get into the unique feels and the unique things that Sapphire does. Like I said, Sapphire is a ramp color. So it can ramp in many forms, action, songs, and characters. Everything can get you more ink than your one per turn, which lets you get ahead further, be able to make bigger plays quicker, or more plays than you should be able to quicker as well. It is an item of, it is a color of items as well. So here, this one ramps you, but you can get a whole bunch of different items that do different things, whether they draw you cards, whether they heal your characters. Items do a lot of things in Sapphire. Next thing that it can do is it can manipulate the top of your deck or look at the top of your deck and decide what goes in your hand or what goes into your inkwell and what goes at the bottom of the deck, depending on what card you're playing. So there's a lot of like peek at the top couple and do something with one of them. So that's kind of the unique feels of Sapphire. Let's take a look at answers. So everything needs answers. Everything needs something to be able to do about your opponent's board if you just need to get yourself some extra time or if you need to take control over whatever is going on there. Sapphire's answers all typically come in the form of putting whatever you're getting rid of into the inkwell. So you're giving your opponent extra ink, but it is getting rid of it. So we got the song that does it, for Let It Go, and we have a character that does it for Hades. There are other kind of unique little answers that Sapphire has, and one of them are those kind of like, oops, look what I did type moments. Things like Ariel here, where all of a sudden, like, oh, I have more items in play. Oh, guess I get to quest for more. And there's other ones that do it as well, like Dime gets you a lot. So all of a sudden, your characters can quest for a lot more than potentially they should be able to, because you have done things on your field to be able to make them like meet the certain criteria to make them be able to quest for more. And so that is kind of the strengths that Sapphire has as far as answers go. I know that last one's not really an answer, but like winning faster, I guess, is an answer in and itself. Next I got is card draw. So card draw, there's a good amount of card draw in Sapphire. A lot of it is tied to other things that the oh my goodness, not card, that the color wants to do. So one example of this is ramp and draw a card. It's great. This is the great one here because you do get to ramp something and you also get to replace that card in your hand, so you're not one card down because you ramped an extra card. Another one is it's tied to items. So playing items or sometimes paying extra ink because you had an item in play lets you draw extra cards. So it's kind of like the card draw in Sapphire. A lot is attached to items, but there's a good amount attached to ramping too, which is what the color wants to do. And typically you get to draw cards by doing what the color wants to do. Analogous abilities. So analogous abilities are what I'm calling abilities for inks that kind of just get along with this color. So if you think about the color wheel, analogous colors are all side by side. There's a harmony to them. They work together. They kind of have something in common. And these are what I'm calling analogous abilities in Lorcana. Inks that just kind of like almost have keyword abilities or like strategies that are just like so straightforward that the inks obviously match up. First one that I have here is support. So this is a keyword ability that it shares with Amber. Next one that I have is Ward. It's a keyword ability that it shares with Emerald. So Ward is a very protective one. It makes your characters that are warded so that they can't be targeted by your opponents by anything that chooses a character. It's a kind of a nice and protective way that way. If we go back one, support is great as well because it makes your characters punch a little bit harder than they should be able to, and you still get to quest with the original character that you're getting the support from. So those are kind of the analogous abilities that Sapphire has. And now we're going to get into our last part, which is complementary abilities. So complementary abilities, same type of thing if you think about the color wheel. Analogous is side by side. Complementary is opposite from each other. So they're doing the opposite thing. They're going opposite directions. They don't have anything in common. or do they? When you put complementary colors side by side, they make each other pop and they make the color stronger. And in theory, same can be said for the Lorcana inks, where if they are complementary, they could still make each other stronger. It's just you might have to be a little bit more creative or work a little bit harder to get that strength out of them. My first example here is Sapphire Steel. It's a very strong color combination, but it is one that's a little bit harder to get working. The bonuses from Steel is that you get the removal package that often the Sapphire needs to remove things to be able to get to the late game. Sapphire is a little bit more of a late game color. The nice thing about Sapphire is it does have things like Ward, which does protect a lot of the characters that the Steel would have. Next, we have Amethyst Sapphire. So great color combination. One of the good color combinations here is because you are ramping so hard with Sapphire, you're getting rid of cards in your hand to ink twice or maybe 3 times in a turn. Amethyst does have a lot of the the unimpeded card draw, the card draw that you just get to draw cards because you get to draw cards. And that's going to replace the cards in your hand that you're getting rid of with your ramp. So they synergize nice that way. Last one I got is Ruby. So Ruby and Sapphire together, a lot of the Sapphire you'll see synergize as well because of the ramp. So Ruby has a lot of characters that are big and huge and late game, and if you're ramping, you get to them quicker. So that's kind of the nice thing about that as a complementary. So that's kind of the gist with Sapphire. Sapphire is a great color, very strong color, very kind of like controlling color, or like figuring out your big game strategy. And it is an awesome one. So color combinations there, complementary or analogous, depending on if you want to go with the, like harmonious route or the like making it work together route. Everything kind of works with it, which is a really nice thing when it comes to Sapphire.